So, hello everyone. So, here we are from a group in a class for EK, and then would like to explain and present about the social emotional learning in classroom management. So, next. So, here we are. We're three. The first member is Astinia, and the second member is Sinta, and the last member, it's me, Agusida Tulo. Of course. So in this meeting, in this lesson, or in this video presentation, we're going to talk and discuss about some of these topics. The first topic will be the definition of social emotional learning, or SEL, you can say, and the significance of SEL, five cores, cell competencies, and explanation of five competencies. And the last is the benefits of social emotional learning. So, in this first topic, we're going to understand social emotional learning, or we can say SEL, which is SEL is the process of learning skill to recognize and manage emotions, show empathy for others, build positive relationships, make responsible decisions. So social emotional learning, or SEL, is just not about being nice or friendly. It's about learning real life skills to handle our feelings, build better friendships, and make smart choices. So this is an approach that we can use as a teacher to teach the students, especially in this context. So, for example, when you feel angry or sad, SEL will help us to recognize that feeling and control your reaction. And it also teaches you how to care about others people's feeling, like when a friend is having a bad day. So as a teacher, we can apply this to our students. For example, when we say good morning to them, asking them how are they in their daily social life, and etc. It's the same with being caring teacher or a caring person. So this is an approach that we can use. So the five core skills of self will be explained by myself, by my friend later. Sorry. So it'll be self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, responsible decision making. Next. So why is SEL is important? As a teacher, we have to be understand our environment, especially the feeling of our students, the feeling of ourselves, so we can control when we're teaching, or when we're being a student, being learning in something that we must to learn. So it helps create a safe, friendly, and supportive classroom, and then it reduces negative behaviors like bullying and conflict, because in hearted context, we are now connected. We're connected because we know how we can treat people in the class, or the students in the class. So it improves focus, teamwork, and academic success. Of course, it affects it because the social emotion, the way we control emotion, can lead us to be more understand about accepting or obtaining the information from the sources. And it supports students' mental health and emotional well-being. We know that in Indonesia, there are so many, based on the data that I had, in Kemendikbudristek, that almost 18% of Indonesians children are being in mental health situation or condition. So I think this is really important. Why SEL is being applied in the class. So it's from Zins and et al. 2004, and Brackett and Reeves 2014. So I think that's all for me, the presentation about the definition, the description, a little about SEL and why is it important, and the next material will be explained by my partner. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for the time. Now I'm going to talk about five core competencies of SEL. So according to the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, or CASEL, there are five core competencies of SEL. The first one is self-awareness. So self-awareness is the ability of how we understand ourselves and who we are. For the example, a student who feel nervous in a task, and then the they can't know that it's because they are worried about uh, their tasks. And after that, it means that the student can't um, understand their own feelings. And then the next is self management. So, self management is the ability to control our emotions, thought, and behavior effectively in different situations. For the example, a student who angry with her friends, and then she take a deep breath to control her emotion. And then the next one is social awareness. It is the ability to understand other people's perspective, feeling, and what is happening around us. For the example is a student noticed that their friends feel sad and then they are trying to help her. The next one is relationship skill. This is the ability to communicate effectively with others and how we manage conflict. For the example, when a student work in a group, it means that they need to understand or um, can understand others' perspective or others' opinion. And then the next one or the last one is responsible decision making. It is the ability to make caring and constructive choice about personal behavior and social interaction across diverse situation. For example, the student need to think about the consequence when they want to do something that maybe will hurt other people. Okay, next. Okay, next is the key settings of SEL. So what means by key setting here is that where a place where SEL or social and emotional learning can promote well. So the first one, we have classrooms. Is it because teacher help students learn SEL skill through lessons, activities, and everyday interactions? The next is school, because in school can create a safe and a supportive environment for all of students, including caring adults and also a clear rules and a safe environment. The next one is family and caregivers. So family can support SEL by teaching children how to understand and manage their feelings and get along with others through daily life and conversation. The last one is communities. So after school activity can provide more providing more chances to build friendship and feel connected with others people. That's all about my presentation. It will be continued by my friend. Thank you.
Right, thank you for your explanation. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue about the conclusion about the five competencies in social emotional learning, and also I'm gonna explain about the benefit of SEL or social emotional learning. Like my friend or Nia has said before, so there are five competencies in social emotional learning. So first is called self-awareness. It is to be able to understand our own emotion and thoughts, and then the second there is self-management. It is the ability to regulate our behavior and handle stress. And then the third one, there is social awareness, which is how we are able to show empathy and understand each other, especially other people. And then the fourth one, relationship skill, is to be able to communicate well and cooperate with other people. And then the last is responsible decision making. So it's the ability to be able to make a great or ideal choices. And then after that, I'm going to explain about the most important thing, which is the benefit of social emotional learning. So like what my friend has said before, being having a good social emotional learning is very important in the classroom. So as a teacher, we in the classroom, we have to make sure that our student have a strong emotional what is that, emotional quotient. So like the data that has been done by Harvard University, it is stated that to be able to make a successful learning process, the things that is the most important is not only cognitive or IQ part, but it is EQ, or it's called emotional quotient, and then there is also social quotient. So EQ and SQ, it is the ability that a student have, like we have discussed before, the ability to understand their own self, the ability to communicate with other, the ability to be responsible, perseverant. There are so many things that has been have to be integrated in the classroom so that the student can have a good mindset, they can have a strong motivation, so that the teacher can also, what is that, help the students so that the learning process are all achieved, the goal of the learning process are all achieved. So this is why social emotional learning is so important in the classroom. First, I'm going to explain about the one of the benefit, which is builds positive classroom environment. This is so clear because if the student already have a good mindset, have a good, what is that, emotion, social, they'll be able to understand what they need, they are able to understand other people. So it will create a positive classroom environment because we understand each other. And then the second is reduce behavior problem. So this is one of the activity because we as a teacher, we cannot, what is that, avoid unexpected thing that happen in the classroom. So if our student have a good EQ and SQ, if we be able to integrate this social emotional learning, then our student will be able to reduce their, yeah, behavior problem. And then the third one, boost focus and academic success. If our student have a good EQ and also SQ, they will be able to understand well. They will be able to what is that? To be able to learn in a classroom, and then the goals or the objective of the learning will be able to achieve easily. And then support emotional well-being. So this is one of the very interesting topic because this is very highly related with well-being, mental health, and the other. So if our student have a good social and emotional learn, they will be able to understand themselves. They will be able to understand well, which is also support their emotional well-being. And then the last is to improve classroom relationship. If our student have a good SQ and AQ, they will be able to understand other people. They will, what is that, respect the other friends' perspective. So it will be perfect for the classroom management. All right, so that's all. This is the conclusion of our topics today. So integrating social emotional learning, or SEL, in classroom management helps students grow emotionally, behave positively, and build strong relationship. It creates safe, respectful, and focused learning environment that supports both academic and personal success. So that's all from me. I will give back the time to moderator. Thank you.
So thank you, my partners. So everyone that will be watch this video, thank you for the attention. And we're from the group from 4 say thank you for everything. And I hope that we can meet in other occasion. Thank you.